Hello there, it's Corey Michael Sanchez. I'm one of the founders of Mojo Global, and we're here with another great customer, Donald Cox, who's just got into the program where he's starting a social leads agency. And he is having great success really, really fast. And he was telling me about this, and I thought it was awesome because he sent less than 10 messages, lined up his first meeting that's going to amount to perhaps 5 deals, 10 deals, maybe even 30 or 50, right? So it's very exciting. So Donald, thanks for joining us here.
Hey, thank you so much, Corey. I'm real excited to be involved with the program. Um, it has really opened up doors right from the very beginning, and I couldn't believe it. Um, I've had a background with internet, working for an internet service provider back in the late '90s. I've and I've been in and out of the internet marketing field for a long time. I've bought a lot of shiny objects and had a lot of coaching. I have a tremendous amount of informational knowledge, but not a whole lot of success. And that was, I think that's pretty typical for everybody. And after signing up and starting to implement the program, very quickly I started connecting with people that I would never have connected with beforehand. Going up and talking to them or trying to cold call, I wouldn't have gotten the time of day. But because I did a profile makeover and got aggressive with going out and sending my connection messages, within the first few days, I got my first connection. And this gentleman is a pretty big internet marketer himself. And I started sending out, the reason why he responded was I started sending out my M2s, and I send out a personal M2 to him. And it was within my first 10 messages. He responded back to me, and we got on the phone. He was my first phone call. And I was actually interested in him and what his services that he was offering. He turned the table and said that he was very interested in the lead gen that I'm doing, because it's very different from what he's doing, and he'd like to add it to his services that he offers. And so we have our second phone call set up and scheduled. So I'm very, very excited about my very initial forays into using my my LinkedIn lead generation service. It's amazing.
I love it. And so Donald and I were just talking before we kind of started the record on this case study, and a couple of things that he did differently, right? He first of all, he spent a little bit more time on his profile, right? Because a profile in a good condition will actually attract people to you, right? And the strength of Donald's profile actually caused this high-level individual, who's, by the way, he said that this guy's done, if you ever watch Shark Tank, there's a shark that was called Kevin Harrington, and he's done podcasts with him. So a very substantial person. And the strength of Donald's profile attracted him to him, right? To be able to speak to him, which is really great. So that was one thing. The other thing is he really personalized his messages to him, right? So that really helps it helps you conversion, right? It helps you get maximum messages from what you're sending out. So I'm a big believer in it, and so is Donald. But so Donald, for anybody that's kind of looking at this program, should I jump in, right? What's the potential? How quickly can I make this happen, or anything like that? Any words of wisdom for them?
In just my first week of getting everything started, I've connected with more people through LinkedIn using the BFF software than I have at any other time in my life. So within, I think at this point, the software has been running almost 3 weeks, right at 3 weeks, and I've made over 350 new connections. Almost all of those connections are people that I'm targeting that are VPs and directors and above. And I'm connecting, they're connecting with me, and they're happily, connecting. And You can't do that anywhere else. At a BNI group, you may talk to 3 or 4 people and you'll get some business cards. Here, I'm getting direct access to where I can message these people on their phone when I want to in the future. And I am blown away at how the difference is, because I have struggled with my other businesses and trying to get in front of people to talk to, and now I can do that at will.
Love it. Right on. Well, hey, thanks, Donald, for jumping on. I always find that these stories inspire others to get moving, right? Um,
Yes, I hope so.
yeah. So, I mean, in this case, right? I mean, you came into it. Had you done anything on LinkedIn before?
I, I've looked for jobs through LinkedIn, but I haven't done any marketing for LinkedIn services. No.
Okay, so you're just getting started on LinkedIn, and you've been in the program what, couple weeks at this point?
I'm at this point. It's like right at 3 weeks.
Yeah, so very quickly. So within a couple weeks, though, you had your first meeting, which is really exceptional, right? And that's about average, right? Some people are speedy. We've had people do it within a couple of days, but usually around 2 weeks is when they get their first meetings. And you saw that happen before your very eyes. So tell me, for this next 6 to 12 months, revenue wise, impact wise, what are you anticipating with this program?
Well, I'm anticipating my soft target goal is 10 clients within the first 6 months. I believe if I end up landing this first client or first prospective client that I have, I will far surpass that because of his group that he has access to, or his clients. But on my own, I'm looking to get 10 clients that would be generating anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 a month in revenue for the first 6 months. And then the next 6 months, by the end of the year, I want to be at 25 clients. And that will radically change the trajectory of my career.
Love it. Right on. Well, hey, thank you, Donald, for coming on and sharing your story. I'm really excited for you, man. I'm impressed. I mean, to meet with such a high level person very quickly, it's exceptional. Donald said that he actually didn't know that the guy had been on Kevin Harrington's, or that they had done a podcast till afterwards. So it was like he, not knowing as much about the guy going to the meeting, actually made it so he could have the meeting. Otherwise, when you're meeting with these people, they're very high level on LinkedIn, and so that's one of the incredible things about the platform. So thanks so much for getting on and sharing, Donald. Really appreciate it. Any last thoughts before we wrap up the case study?
Well, as I have started learning about this and really learning LinkedIn, I'd always kind of thought about it's like it has so much value, but it's so complicated. Well, now I'm learning what is complicated, and it's a skill set that, as long as LinkedIn's around, it's going to be enrich me and my family. So it's a skill set that'll last a while.
I love it. Right on. Well, hey, wishing you much success, Donald. Keep us surprised as you go through and start landing clients, which is
I
awesome.
will.
And for those of you that are looking for an additional revenue stream, that want something that you can really feel proud of, right, where you're offering a service that's valuable, and you want to do something that's unique and proven, then this is definitely that program. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and looking forward to seeing you in the training. All right. Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.